Hello and welcome to another episode of the Minnesota Lefthanders podcast. You notice it's just me, Nate, here with you tonight, as Brett had prior engagements or an opportunity he couldn't pass up, or he's watching a Wild game at a buddy's. I tried to make it maybe sound more exhilarating than it really is, but the point is he's not with us here tonight. But that's okay, because I'm going to take you through Zurich. I'm going to take you to Ricky Fowler, and we've got a very important drawing on probably Saturday, maybe Sunday. I think it was Sunday afternoon. I posted a giveaway, a hat giveaway. The hat right here, not this one, I guess. It's a fresh one. It's a clean one. I'm not going to wear the one that's in the drawing, but the hat looks like this. So we'll have that drawing later in the evening. Lots of entries, and so I'm excited to share and celebrate with the winner of that. Let's jump right into the Zurich Classic of New Orleans. It is TPC, Louisiana. Fairly long course, I suppose, 7,400 yards. Yet another heat die design. Got the scorecard up on the screen right now. Long par fives. Hell, I don't see a par three, under 200 yards. So proves to be a long one. You got Pete Dye. You're gonna get deep bunkers. It's gonna be a tough course. He's known for that. Just ask his wife Alice, who said, "How am I ever going to get my friends out here to play this golf course?" It can't be unplayable, but diabolical, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's been used before. Maybe I shouldn't take credit for that. But anyway, unique format, really cool format, something we don't see on tour very much. Obviously a very individual sport. It's sort of an every man for himself, except for the team events, the Ryder Cup, the President's Cup. Not the case with the Zurich Classic. I've got last year's leaderboard on the screen right now. You had Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele, two, I guess they're buddies. We're told that a lot, two good friends. A lot's been made about Patrick Cantlay in the last couple of weeks, as he's maybe been the slowest player on the face of the earth. And something, needs to be done about that. But we're going to see what happens here. He's kind of in a stretch where he's playing a lot of golf. He's someone who has to play in all the designated events. And Zurich not being one of them could be burning himself out. I don't know for sure. We'll have to see how that manifests itself as we have 2 or 3 more weeks here after this before the PGA Championship. I would imagine we don't see him, in those couple of events after this leading up to the PGA Championship. And we know that it's a lot of golf. We know this because a couple of episodes ago we talked about Jordan Spieth, who said, I just think I've played too much golf lately. You try to ramp up. This was pre-Masters, or this was post-Masters. You try to ramp up for this event, and he's referring to the Masters there. But he just didn't feel like he had done that. It was maybe too much golf in the upcoming weeks, and I fear that that's what we're gonna get with these designated events. You're gonna get like the top tier guys, the guys playing in the designated events, the guys who have earned that PIP money and are sort of expected to play in those designated events, and they're just going to let events like this go by the wayside because they're just too tired. They can't keep it up. It's too much travel. It's too much work. It's too much golf. It's just too much. They can't be sharp when it counts most at the majors. And so it will be interesting to see how Cantlay, well, really, and Schauffele do kind of going forward. Although this tournament does have a lot of big names in it, and we'll get to those power rankings in just a moment. But it's worth noting that the earnings last year, $1.99 million for the winner. That has gone up a little bit, $2.3 million to the winner of the Zurich Classic. Total purse, $8.3 million. I want to say the total purse last year was $8 million. So not only do we have the designated events with $20 million purse, but we've also got, even these non-designated events with purses going up as well. So lot to play for, to be honest with you. I mean, this is kind of one of those events where I hope to see a guy like, you look at T4 last year, Davis Riley, and Doc Redman there. I don't know who's gonna necessarily rise to the top here. Again, we'll talk about power rankings in just a moment, but I think it's kind of a cool opportunity for the non-designated event guys to get their shot to, change their career. Maybe this is just what they needed. So, um, in any case, looking forward to seeing what happens this week. Let's take a look at the power rankings. No surprise here, I guess, as Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay are number one on the power rankings for the 2023 event. The defending champs are proving how hard it is to win, as neither has picked up a victory in 22 or 23. That's still fact over friction, as each has been dialed in otherwise. Fresh off a third in Cantlay and a fourth in Schauffele at Harbor Town. Obviously they know this place well. They like this place, and so do the people in second. The team in second place in the power ranking, Sam Burns and Billy Horschel. No one has fed off the format more than Horschel, and it might be what he needs to shed free from his current funk. These two answered a T4 in their debut as a duo in 2021 with a runner-up last year. Burns also recently won in Austin at the last ever WGC event, the match play out there. In third in the power rankings, my favorite golfer at the moment, Mr. Max Homa, paired with Colin Morikawa, who is a bit of an enigma, I guess, at this point. A guy who we thought was going to be an absolute, world beater, going to win majors. He's got two. He had a good, first couple of years, best iron player on tour, all this stuff. And he's just sort of gone cold. That doesn't mean that he's not still, regarded as one of the best players in the world and everything. It just means that he's not on fire the way that he was. He's not one of the big three, maybe even the big, 5, 6, 7 that we kind of think of. In any case, he's paired with Max Homa. Seems unfair that the Cal Berkeley products can tag team, but in a combined 5 starts with similarly capable teammates, neither has recorded a top 15 finish in the format. Still, neither has done anything to warrant a quiet week either. I know Max Homa last missed the cut, had to be at RBC, the week following the Masters there. So he had a couple days back at home, I'm sure, fresh, and should be ready to go. How about this one at number 5? And I'm not going to go up and down this whole leaderboard, but this one at number 5 definitely sticks out to me. Sahith Theegala and Justin Suh with 7 top 10s this season. Theegala has found his stride no matter what the venue or magnitude of the competition. He also won the QBE shootout with Tom Hoagie in December. The consistent Suh finished T11 with Doug Gim here in 2021. Justin Suh, I really think we're going to see a breakthrough year from him. He came up with Victor Hovland, Matt Wolff, and Colin Morikawa. Those 3, we know about their careers. Matt Wolff started strong, winning here in Blaine at the 3M in 2020 or 2021. Things looked great for him, and he sort of just fell off the map. Now, obviously, a live guy, but the other two in Victor Hovland and Colin Morikawa, who I just talked about, I mean, they're fantastic players. I suspect Justin Suh will be of the same caliber when it's all said and done. I really do think that. So, kind of as they go up and down, that's what sticks out to me. I do like that team in 5th, and I like that team in 3rd in the power ranking. So looking forward to what should be a fun weekend of golf down in Louisiana. All right, on to something that I've sort of felt really strongly about lately, been really, really following. It's about to get Fowl in here, I guess. It's the Ricky Fowler tracker. How is he doing? Where's he at? Number 52 in the world golf rankings, the official world golf rankings. Now, why is that important? What does a 52 ranked player mean to anything? What's the significance there? He's not even in the Masters field. He's still not in the Masters field at 52nd, but he did tie for 15th at the RBC Heritage, which got him up to 15th in the world. At his lowest point back in January, 145th in the world. That's up like 90 something points. in the 90 something places in the world golf ranking. You bring in Butch. We all know Butch. You switch caddies. You start putting on the sunglasses. Things are bound to change. Love what I'm seeing out of Ricky Fowler. Keep your eye on him. Brett, this one's for you. All right, on now to some live conversation. We're back to a pretty busy portion of the live golf schedule. They are in Adelaide, Australia at the Grange Country Club, which, by the way, great song. The Grange Golf Club is in the place where the best player on that tour in Cam Smith and the CEO, they're from there. I would imagine that we see a lot of excitement. Probably the most well attended live event that we've seen yet. We know that attendance has been great, but I suspect that this one will be fairly well attended, as two of the biggest names, like I said, on the associated with the whole outfit are from there. So excited to see what that brings. Again, the Grange Country Club, Grange Golf Club. 3 rounds, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And they've actually got I think an event next week and the one after as we lead into the second major of the year, the PGA Championship. Other live news that I want to get to here before we jump into power rankings for the Live Adelaide event. Just yesterday, an article came out, was written for National Club Golfer, and this has kind of been in a few places because Greg Norman had a little bit to say about what's coming, what's next for those guys over at Live. It's an ongoing process, he said. We've got a long list of players who want to come in. We just don't have the ability because players are under contract. But we're really in a position to get but we'll get to a position where there will be a relegation series and places will start opening up. It's incredible the amount of players who want to come on board. It would surprise you how good those names are. The PGA Tour has prevented the majority of its best players from jumping ship, as it was once strongly rumored that the likes of Cameron Young and Hideki Matsuyama could have joined the Rebel League. It would surprise us, would it, Greg? I don't know if I believe that. And I should go on record here. I'm more of a Live supporter now. Still not a supporter. I'm more of a Live acceptor now than I was pre-Masters. The Masters, I think, was a reminder that it's kind of fun to have these guys around. Watching Brooks, watching even Patrick Reed and Phil doing Phil things. It was actually fairly enjoyable to watch those guys. They're not the villains that the media has maybe made them out to be, that the Full Swing documentary made them out to be, that the social media machine has made them out to be. They don't have the animosity toward the PGA Tour guys that we think they do, and the PGA Tour guys don't have quite the animosity toward them that we think that they do. However, I am concerned about this big list of incredible names who want to come on board, because your last unveiling included Mito Pereira and Danny Lee. Like, I'm sorry, but that's not moving the needle. The recipe for success is young guys, young, exciting names. You needed to pull, honestly, like the Justin Suhs of the world and the more exciting college players. These names aren't getting it done. I guess I would hope that the long list of guys who want to come on board include better names than those guys. But if I'm a guy who's playing in the designated events on the PGA Tour, granted, I'm not making the amount of money per event that these guys are, right? $4 million to the winner. But like, in all reality, like $2-3 million is kind of on the table for the winner, and that's comparable for a tour that is more respected, more legacy, more history, all those things. And the Live management is kind of tightening the purse strings a little bit. Their money isn't quite going as far as it once did, and guys are taking notice. So I'm interested to see where that league goes, and who these names really are, if it exists. But Greg's saying that once their relegation series gets intact and they have more room to bring guys into the 48-person league, things are going to be better. Things are going to change. We'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm more of a live acceptor post Masters here than I was previously, but I want to see a whole body of work. I want to see how these guys stack up over the course of 4 majors. I want to see if they qualify for the Ryder Cup. Is that going to be possible? I know there was some chatter about how Brooks could still qualify for the Ryder Cup if he plays well in all the majors. I don't know if that's, even if he did qualify, are they going to allow it? We'll have to see if those guys make it into the Ryder Cup, if those guys put up a good showing, throughout the course of the 4 majors. Maybe I'll feel better about it still, but at this point, I'm warming up to it, but I'm still not there. This long list of players better be shocking. Better be an eye opener. I guess we'll have to see. The prep work though for the live events has definitely gotten more in depth, more thorough, as they now have power rankings, so that we can definitely take a look at where those are at. It should be no surprise that Cameron Smith is number 1 in the power rankings individually. With his recent results, could inspire more confidence, but it's difficult to ignore Australia's best golfer and one of golf's best putters playing with a purpose in his home country. Patrick Reed in at number 2. Abraham Answer number 3, and there's actually like a whole article about him on the Live website right now. His best points finished this season is 17th, so maybe not an obvious pick, but he has prior success in Australia, having won the 2018 Aussie Open. And a little birdie told me this course is suited for him. I think the little birdie was Answer himself. And Peter Uline, who has experienced a whole career resurgence on the Live Tour, which is interesting. I don't even know really what to say about that, but he's playing well. Number 5, Brooks Koepka. Why not? Based purely on form, he should really be a top pick. A win in Live Golf Orlando and a T2 at the Masters. The only worry here is a post-major hangover. Yeah, that makes some sense. I can go with those 5 guys. They've also put together a season-long power rankings, and it's no wonder who's at the top, because as far as teams go, it's it's the 4 aces. Everybody knows the 4 aces, right? Why wouldn't it be the 4 aces? So that's the team to beat here. They haven't won this season, and they've never won outside of the US, and yet there they are, atop the point standings after 3 events, with the lowest cumulative stroke average at 69.3. Meet the perfect team to play spoiler in this week in front of a pro Ripper and pro Cam Smith crowd. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not invested in the teams yet, so I don't know what to say about that. But really, the 4 aces are kind of the team to beat, I guess, at the moment. Hey, what do you say we do this drawing? Let's get that set up. Let's do that. I can talk a little bit about the state lefty as I continue to get this set up. State Lefty is obviously, as it is titled, an all lefty event here in Minnesota. It has a very, I don't know, maybe the phrase is ominous title. I don't know. A state lefty event. It doesn't have to be that. It's never meant to have been that. If you're going to shoot even par, this event is for you. If you're going to shoot 110 ultimately this event is for you. It's there for everyone. It's more of a community event for everyone to participate in. If you are a lefty, if you know a lefty, please consider playing in this event. It is July 22nd and 23rd out at Riverwood National Golf Course. The best way to get in contact with me, who as main host, is MN Lefthanders, the name of this podcast, MN Lefthanders at gmail.com. We'll get you on the mailing list. We'll get you contact information, how to register, Venmo, or if you want to register with a check, that's fine too. We'll get you the address. We'll just get you signed up. I'm super looking forward to this year's event. It's a growing event. It's definitely one that I think has a bright future. It's young, it's old, it's meant for literally everyone. And what a cool experience looking out on the range and looking down at the putting green and just seeing all lefties. I mean, it's just so much fun to watch. It's just a unique, cool event. And I put out a giveaway on my Facebook page, which you can find just by searching MN Lefthanders on Facebook. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and a TikTok that is a burgeoning account. It's growing big. It's growing fast. Go check it out. My guy Brett runs that and does a great job with engagement. So that's awesome. As I said, giveaway this hat, not this particular hat, a new hat that looks like this, up for grabs. All you had to do was like the post, follow the page. Follow the page, like the post, share the post on your own page. We had 9 entries, 10 entries, but one of them was my wife. I think she was being nice. All I have to do is reach up into this box behind me, grab her a hat. She doesn't need to enter the drawing. So really, in reality, it's a 9-person drawing. All right, and so I suppose let's get to it. I've got on the screen here the initials of everyone who entered the drawing, to enter the first ever Minnesota Lefthanders giveaway. All you had to do was follow the page, like the post, share the post to your page. The initials are of all the entrants are here on the left, and I've got the spinning wheel of celebration, the spinning wheel of opportunity at the right. So without further ado, let's get to it. And who's going to win the first ever drawing for Minnesota Lefthanders? Number 9, that is Jeremy Bethke. Jeremy Bethke, congratulations on winning a Minnesota Lefthanders hat. I will be in touch with you very soon here to get some contact information on where I can send your new Minnesota Lefthanders hat. We'll get that shipped off to you very, very soon here. So congratulations on that. All right, I think that's all I have for you. My first solo attempt at a podcast in quite a while. Usually got Brett to bounce ideas off of, to bounce some thoughts, to chatter with, but he's not here with us tonight. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Minnesota Lefthanders podcast. We'll be back next week with a recap of Zurich and probably more live conversation. Brett will be back, so there'll be more live conversations. Have a good week.